Hey, what is going on everyone? Icepop here, bringing you a full year of gameplay of Animal Crossing New Horizons of what an island looks like after having about 725 hours being played. Oh my goodness, I've played a lot of this game. But I absolutely love this game and I wanted to give an island tour because I plan on doing some crazy changes and just kind of show off everything I've been able to accomplish within 1 year. So without further ado, let's start the tour of Morona. So I'd say the best place to start is right out of the airport as you would be arriving through here if you were to be visiting me as a friend or something. So right as you leave the airport, you can literally see my town plaza from the airport. Really hope in the future they can push that back or allow us to reposition the town plaza because it really is annoying that it's super close to my airport. But anyways, I want to do a cool entrance here eventually. But it's really convenient. I got a shop here, so in case you guys want to do any turnip trading, in case I have some good prices, it was nice and convenient. Plus, right by the airport, I gave a lot of space so that you could pick up any new recipes I have duplicates of. And then right as I said, by the airport is the town hall. And I really wanted a cool tropical vibe as you walk to the airport. Looked very nice. And you can see paths on either side. We're going to go on the lower path area for now. And there's lots of signs right now that kind of point you towards the shops. So here's the Able Sisters, also very close to the airport. Oh, looks like Anka wants to say hi. Hi, Anka. And there's my favorite villager, Peggy. We love Peggy. If you go this way, there's some stuff over here. Something I really don't like is if you run, some of the stuff kind of loads into place if you kind of saw that. So that's definitely something I'm going to be wanting to change eventually. But going to the left, you go to the cool little stall shop area. It's a little bit laggy because there's just so many assets on the ground. But I really love this area. Then up from there, you have the He Brews coffee shop, which I think I'm going to be moving eventually. Then going up north, you have an island resident, Sylvia. We have a diner kind of designed after her color scheme, and it's a cool diner vibe. And then up from there, we have the seasonal shop. Right now it's March through May, so I kind of wanted some graduation vibes, Bunny Day vibes, stuff like that kind of in this general area. Also, it is close to Bunny Day, so there's a lot of holes in the ground from the earth eggs, so just don't mind those. I didn't know what to do with this area, so I have a Mr. Rossetti here, so it's kind of a placeholder. I'll do something with that probably eventually. Then we have a lighthouse and a cool coconut bar area. Then going way further down back to the shops area, we have the Muscle Beach area right here. Have some more spots to chill by a palm tree. We have even another chill area with the little pier over here, undecorated. Mostly used for fishing when I was trying to catch all the fish in the game. And we got a cool little beach area here. Really love this vibe. And then going north from the kind of town square area towards the shops, we have a little cool Mario area that I kind of had an empty space so I wanted to fill it with. So there's some cool Mario stuff here. And a somewhat hidden warp pipe right here which leads to a room in my house, but we don't need to go there. And then I have a basketball court here because this is where my YouTube logo used to be, as you saw in the beginning of the video. But since that was removed, I needed to fill this empty space, I felt, so I just made a basketball court. Not really sold on it, but it was kind of cool. But something that will stay eventually, once I figure out where to put everything, is this is my seasonal court area, and I didn't really know what to do for spring, so I just placed a bunch of Bunny Day recipes right here. And from here, we can go to the neighborhood. So this is the neighborhood starting from the bottom. Each yard has a 2 wide space on one side of the house. I'm going to actually do one on one side of the house and one on the other eventually. So my neighborhood's going to get a lot bigger. But I got my neighborhood stuff going there. I also have a little park area here. And each yard is kind of decorated to match the villager. We got some more yards here. And then we have the last yards up and around here with some cool, if I'll be quiet, you can hear some waterfalls in the background. Okay, hopefully you heard that. It's supposed to kind of sound like you're by the ocean, which obviously they are. And there's a cool little lookout area there. And as we go this way towards my house, we kind of have some other kind of miscellaneous things. But hopefully you didn't notice this. It's supposed to be a secret entrance. But going this way, I've shown this off on my channel before. But this is one of my favorite secret entrances on my island. This is how you get to Red's Beach. Hopefully when I move my neighborhood, there will be another really nice access area to get to this place too. I love that secret entrance. This apple tree in Gladys' yard really helps block that entrance. Really big fan of that. Anyways, back to this area. This is just a way to get 20,000 points from making this into a gold rose wreath. And I have a rainbow assortment of roses because it's my native flower. And I have a farming area down here. And then you get to my house, which is supposed to kind of look like a castle. It's kind of tucked away back on the cliff. And yeah, there's so many earth eggs here. I don't really know what to do with this cliff area, so I just kind of have this random solar panel. A lot of Lily of the Valleys. I wanted it to be symmetrical to that side, which we'll get to later. So yeah. Now from leaving the neighborhood area, we're going to go back through this kind of zone a little bit. Backtracking down to here. So we came north from the left side of the beach, the Mario area. If we take this path going this way, we can see there's some fun inviting areas over here. We can play ring toss, some soccer. This is kind of a nice chill lounge area. Not the hugest fan of all this, but I thought I kind of filled the space pretty nice. But once I change my island eventually, I'm going to ideally utilize my space a little bit better instead of just throwing stuff so it doesn't look empty. But this is supposed to be a cool way to kind of lead you from the seasonal plaza, following the leaves. You kind of go into this valley of trees, which leads you into the forest, which is, again, my favorite spot on the island. I've mentioned that in my other videos. This will probably be a lot smaller once I expand my neighborhood, but hopefully it'll be more cozy than just cramped. And I love how the trees are spaced so you really feel like you're in a forest, kind of in a separate area. Really big fan of that vibe. Then when you exit the forest, the proper way to get to this area is through Eden's Garden, which I'll show off in a moment. But this is a flower area that's kind of brand new, and I'm definitely going to be keeping this on my next island somewhere. Definitely a big fan of this. You kind of saw it in the beginning where you were at my YouTube logo. But there's no real like proper exit except through one way, so I'm definitely going to be fixing that eventually. But what you're supposed to go through Eden's Garden to get there. The actual Eden's Garden is just here on the ground. I'll probably be elevating this in the future, but there's a rainbow assortment of the flowers and seasonal. So you got fall, summer, then you have spring down here, and lastly you have winter. Each is decorated with a seasonal arch and then stuff in the corners to represent each holiday. And you got some butterflies in the background there to kind of make it look more lively like the models. And it also helps prevent flowers from spawning kind of sporadically, so there's less maintenance you have to do. But as I said, it's a rainbow pattern. You see the red, the orange, then the yellow, to the one green flower, then to blue, then to purple and pink, and then white and black. So each flower kind of represents each season. And the shrubs go in a clockwise rotation. They'll be blooming as the seasons progress. Right now it's spring, so these shrubs are blooming off to the right here. Then these will be blooming next, again moving in a clockwise formation. So then exiting from here, we have this path, kind of going to the right side of the island, past Nook's Cranny. There's this pathway. I'm actually going to take that south a little bit. And you can kind of see a smiley face golden rose area over there, which I'm very proud of. Then along the beach here, we have the Bougie Beach. This is the fancy area with the nice lawn chairs that are very 5-star resort-esque. It's a very chill area, wanted it to be that way. Another way to access that area is through this nice spa area we have here. So this is right by the entrance too. I'm going to definitely be keeping this, just moving it somewhere on my island. This is supposed to be a spa where you can get a massage, get your nails done, get some fancy water. Even go back through this privacy bamboo partition to this awesome zen area. And then when you exit that area, this kind of like makeshift doorway looking thing. Have some random turtles here I've had for super long. See Sahara's visiting today, that's awesome. You have a cute little picnic area. I don't really know what to do much on this rock area, so I think that works for now. And that's pretty much it for this side of the beach. So going back through the spa, reversing the way we came, we already looked downwards, so now going upwards from there. This path is what led us to Eden's Garden. Then you have this epic area up here where you have this beautiful orchard area with all these boxes that represent the trees and the fruits that they come from. Now right where this path is, you can see where the museum comes into view. So I really like that dramaticness, but I feel like that does take up a lot of space. Might modify that a little bit. But you have some cool designs over there. You got some fossils and some art. And this is supposed to be kind of like a little area you can buy some cool souvenirs with this beautiful double waterfall backdrop with Lily of the Valleys lining the tops of them. But a secret entrance I have here, if you've seen my other videos, is I have this water painting over there, and it's kind of small, so you kind of want to look at it. And you'll notice, whoopsies, I was able to step this way. But if you keep going, this is a super special secret entrance for my rock garden, which I do have a video on if you want to learn how to move your rocks. I have a video to that on my YouTube channel. In my opinion, it's the best on YouTube. Try not to be biased, but I do have a bunch of tips on how to move all of your rocks to one area. And I'm very proud of this area. So that was the second secret entrance on my island. The third one is right from the rock garden. There's another toilet here. You kind of heard it before. There's another toilet, so in case you have any fruit, you can get rid of it. If you go this way, you have the Celeste Observatory area, so whenever they're shooting stars, this is a great place to look at them. Big fan of that. There's nothing really down here. It's kind of meant to look empty, like there's nothing over here, but in reality, there is. And also, this is more for me, but if you use a ladder, you can come up here, and there's a bunch of gold roses on Mount Sinai. As you see right there, Sinai. I have a lot of biblical terms on my island, like that's supposed to be like Moses parting the sea. Big fan of that. But yeah, I have a lot more Lily of the Valleys to look bougie, and you can see it from the background. So this is just kind of a money-making area. There's 40 gold roses here and 10 down there. So each gold rose is worth 1,000, but if you use 10 to craft the gold rose wreath, you actually get 20,000 off of 10. So 50 roses, 50,000 times 2, you get 100,000. So it's a nice way to make money for me, is using the Mount Sinai method. Getting gold roses, wreaths every other day. Pretty good gig. And then exiting the museum, that's pretty much most of my island. There's multiple ways to access Eden's Garden. I feel like there's a lot of paths that do lead you here, but I want it to really be a major focal point of my island, so this will definitely stay somehow. Maybe it'll be shifted around or something somehow. But I'm very proud of Eden's Garden, kind of play off of Garden of Eden, very proud of that. So yeah, that's pretty much my island. There's just a few little beach items here and there. This has been here ever since I got KK Slider for the first time. I just kind of placed random items, trying to boost my island rating. But yeah, that is the island of Morona. That is playing over 700 hours. I could show off that I have every bug, fish, and fossil in the game, and about maybe 75% art in the game. Still kind of working on that. Red's kind of a butt. And lastly, here is my map before I make any crazy sudden changes. This is how my map looked like as well. That is pretty much the island of Morona after playing over 780 hours, I believe I said. And just under a year and a week of playing the game from when I got my copy of the game from today. So, really big fan of Animal Crossing, definitely will be playing more. And yeah, so that has been a 1 year of time on Morona, 1 year since I got the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, hopefully you guys are inspired by my ideas. Definitely will be making changes, and eventually we'll be seeing those in future videos of mine. So yeah, that does it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and hope to see you in another video.